This is the Omaha News, presented by the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, from the studios of UNO Television.
Thanks for tuning in to the first Omaha News of the new year. There have been an outstanding number of fires this cold winter that have affected homes and businesses in Omaha. We will take a closer look at a few of the fires that have taken place in the last month. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bettia Williamson.
And I'm Daniel Wolf. Snow and extreme cold have taken over the city of Omaha. We'll take a look at how Omaha has been dealing with the winter elements. All that and more coming up in this half hour. It seems the colder it gets for us, the hotter it gets for firefighters. The number of fires have taken their toll on the city's firefighters. Many of them could have been prevented with just a little extra caution. As bitter temperatures and snow and ice began wreaking havoc on the Omaha area in early December, locals and families bundled up and indefinitely moved activities indoors. There's one threat, however, that few will plan to prevent in the colder months.
Fires happen in the winter.
They happen a lot in the winter, and this year's bitter cold months have been no exception. This house at 30th and Pacific Street was in the midst of renovation when it caught fire. Chris Mangus, who specializes in fire restoration, explains just why the winter months lead to such problems.
People are in their homes longer, they use their electrical appliances more, they use their fireplaces more, they burn more candles, furnaces are used a lot more.
Area businesses are not exempt from such cold weather-related problems, as Mimi's Cafe recently found out.
We had a sprinkler head that froze right on top of our roof area, between the roof and the building, the inner part of the building. And when it froze, it ended up bursting and flooding the ceiling up there, and then water eventually came down.
The issues here at Mimi's Cafe are just one example of the many problems that have been started because of the cold weather across the Omaha metro.
Sadly, Elkhorn Lanes was not as fortunate as Mimi's. The area landmark recently burnt to the ground after spending 46 years in business. And the Bagel Bin, which until a few weeks ago stood at 119th and Pacific Street, caught fire on a bitterly cold night and is no longer standing. Around a dozen workers were left unemployed, and all that remains is some scorched pieces of roof and vans coated in layers of ice created by the very water used to fight the flames. Another reminder as to the importance of fire safety during the winter season. Now, fire officials say to use common sense when it comes to fire prevention in the wintertime. Avoid leaving food on the stove and lit candles unattended. Also keep flammable objects a safe distance from space heaters.
The Elkhorn community lost its main area of entertainment earlier this year to a fire. As Chuck Hill shares, the fond memories of Elkhorn Lane's bowling alley are rehashed as residents reminisce about the good times in their beloved bowling alley.
The city of Elkhorn lost a major part of its community when their bowling alley, Elkhorn Lanes, caught fire. What once was the site of a family fun place has now become a dilapidated structure with only memories of good times.
I remember when I was a little kid that they'd always hand out free passes in the summer for kids. And middle school, elementary school, I'd always come up here in the summer and I'd bowl with my friends.
With the bowling alley gone, residents feel that there is now a gaping hole in the heart of their town.
You know, I thought it was pretty sad. Elkhorn Bowling Alley was kind of like a staple of Elkhorn's culture. It's too bad to see it go away, but hopefully it'll be rebuilt and be able to go back.
Although gone, Elkhorn Lanes will not soon be forgotten.
It always reminded me of a part of old Elkhorn because, I mean, since I'm 22 years old, it's always been here. It's always been a part of town, now it's gone.
At this time, there are currently no plans of renovating the Elkhorn Lanes bowling alley. For the Omaha News, I'm Chuck Hill.
To find out more about the history and progress of Elkhorn Lanes Bowling Alley, visit www.elkhornlanesfire.com.
The Omaha Mayor's Office is going green. Mayor Jim Suttle's 2010 Neighborhood Grant Program is setting aside $80,000 to fund neighborhood green projects and crime prevention. Neighborhood and business associations can apply for a grant up to $5,000 for environmentally friendly projects. These projects can only be on public property and can range from community gardens and walking trails to energy-efficient lighting. To learn more about this grant program, you can visit the mayor's website at cityofomaha.org/mayor.
Midtown Omaha has been seeing many changes recently. Omaha News reporter Julia Bertino explains how the changes are spreading west to the Dundee neighborhood.
The rumors have been spreading around Dundee and throughout Omaha. And now the question is, what will happen on the corner of 49th and Dodge? The 49er Bar has been a Dundee establishment for decades, but whisperings of CVS Pharmacy looking to build a new store on the corner has brought mixed responses.
Well, the opposition itself should be coming from the neighborhood if there's going to be any doubts about what's going to happen. I think that the neighbors might have to put up with an eyesore for a little while, but when it's done, it'll be better.
Honestly, I really don't see a whole lot of people liking it. I mean, if the neighborhood wanted it to be more modernized and stuff like that, made steps to being that way a long time ago as opposed to right now.
Some businesses on the corner have already closed their doors, leaving the 49er one of the only businesses on that corner. Concerns about the demolition also include surrounding businesses, houses, and parking accommodations.
Although nothing is set in stone, if any action were to take place, it would have to go through the city's zoning board and the city council. For the Omaha News, I'm Julia Bertino.
More information can be found about the construction on the way at the 49er Lounge MySpace page and click on the CVS situation link.
Looking at Wall Street today, so far it's not looking good for Dow Jones. Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and S&P are all about even, with the NASDAQ the only one up slightly.
Coming up next, we'll be interviewing UNO's athletic marketing director, Matt Hansen, about the hockey team's efforts to sell out the Ohio State game, how close they already are, and if they will be able to do it by Friday.
Also, the zoo is not just for the warm weather. Even with the bitterly cold conditions, the zoo still has plenty to do for visitors, and we're taking a look into how they take care of the outside animals in the winter weather. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
UNO Television.
Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Breathtaking. Electrifying. Inspiring. Award-winning documentaries produced by UNO Television offer you a window on the history of Omaha and the world. Beginning with the acclaimed 2-hour documentary on the history of Omaha, If These Walls Could Speak, UNO Television has developed a reputation for producing high-quality programs that explore, educate, and enlighten. These outstanding productions can be part of your home video collection. For information about purchasing VHS or DVD copies, call 554-2516 or visit our website at unotv.unomaha.edu.
Most local television news only gives you brief headlines about issues that may be important to you. But for more than 10 years, only one program has remained dedicated to examining all the information about issues that really matter to Nebraskans. I'm Kathy Wyatt, and it's my privilege to present those issues for your consideration. Join me on the campus of UNO in a program we call Consider This, every week on the Knowledge Network.
This is a big weekend for UNO hockey. The Mavs take on Ohio State in a 2-game series Friday and Saturday, and they're looking to move up in the CCHA rankings.
And there's a big push to sell out the Quest. Chuck Hill is live at Sapp Fieldhouse with more.
Thanks, Batia. The Mavs are 1 game over 500 on their season so far, and that makes this series very important for the rest of the season. Maverick Athletics is trying to get as many people into the Quest Center to cheer on the team. Marketing Director Matt Hansen is with us. Matt, what is a sellout for Mav hockey?
15,900 is the official sellout at the Quest Center for any hockey setup in the building. And we are thrilled that we are actually within range right now. We're sitting at somewhere in the neighborhood of 14,000 and change sold. We have 2 days to go. We need a huge student support. I think the whole crowd will feed off the students, but we need to sell 1,900 tickets in the next couple days.
Wow. So with that 48 hours, what are some of the things you're going to do to sell the rest of those tickets?
And we teamed up with student government. We have this ongoing website, selloutohiostate.com, and if you haven't been to it, it's fantastic. It shows you a little highlight clip of the season and some notable pseudo-celebrities from around town. And it's $12 tickets through that website with no Service Master charges. So you're saving about $6 a ticket plus the Service Master charges. So you're probably saving somewhere in the neighborhood of $8, $9 a ticket. Last night we stayed open for 24 straight hours. We sold through the night, sold about 300 tickets through the night, and we're out there talking to people constantly. We have stickers here, selloutohiostate.com. And doing a lot of media stuff. You guys were gracious enough to have me, so I appreciate it.
No problem. Now, I'm sure all the UNO students are wondering this. Is there any incentives for having a MAV card? Or?
Students all get in free. You get 1 ticket per card. We're giving away 2 $500 scholarships to students at the game. We're giving away 200 long-sleeve black Maverick T-shirts for going to the game, and you have actually a better shot than that. Most of the students that come will get T-shirts. We're going to give away cowbells. We want basically the whole crowd will feed off our students, so we're thrilled that we want as many of them to show up and hopefully win a $500 scholarship and have a great time at the hockey game.
Do you have any predictions for the game?
You know what? I think this is the defining moment of UNO hockey. I think we put 16,000 plus in the Quest Center. We win big over a big-name rival in Ohio State, and I think the roof comes off the building. I think it'll be so loud that people will walk out of there and want to be UNO hockey fans for the rest of this season and going into next season.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Matt. Hockey fans are able to get tickets at Sapp Fieldhouse by phone at 554-MAVS, online or at the Quest Center. Reporting live from the Sapp Fieldhouse, I'm Chuck Hill.
Thanks, Chuck. And the Ohio State Buckeyes tied with the Mavericks for 8th place in the CCHA. UNO will have a chance to move ahead with a pair of wins this weekend.
UNO wrestlers will be on tomorrow night. The top-ranked Mavs take on Dana College at the Sapp Fieldhouse. The match will be aired on NET2 at 7 p.m. The Mavericks are 7-1 this season and are defending national champions. In their last dual meet, and the Mavs shut down the University of Nebraska Kearney Lopers 33-0. UNO will host the NCAA Division II National Championships March 12th and 13th.
UNO football coach Pat Burns says he's pleased with the 20 high school recruits and 3 transfer students who signed letters of intent today. 9 of the high school signees are from Nebraska, while 7 come from Missouri and 4 from Kansas. The new recruits include 4 running backs, a bunch on defense, wide receivers, a running back, and a kicker. 11 of the high school students were named to the first or second All-State teams in their classes. Last year's Maverick team ended the season 7-5 and went to the first ever Kansas Bowl. The student athletes who signed with the Mavs today join a team that has had 14 consecutive winning seasons.
It's the time of the year where you'll be seeing more large orange trucks around the city. With the snow and cold weather, the city of Omaha is working overtime to clean up the streets. We'll be looking at how they are dealing with the intense winter weather.
And speaking of the weather, many vehicles have taken a beating. The cold weather does a number on an automobile, along with the slick streets and potholes. We'll talk to AMCO Transmissions about the number of repairs this winter. You're watching the Omaha News.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is where you'll find unlimited possibilities. At UNO, our 15,000 students are learning what they need to know to join the workforce of tomorrow. With 200 programs, students participate in innovative academics and are engaged in dynamic campus and community life. The University of Nebraska at Omaha. Step up to the metropolitan advantage at bmav.com.
Maverick Sports has found a classy new home for football, hockey, and basketball coverage. Classical 90.7 KVNO. For schedule information, go to kvno.org. KVNO, the voice of Omaha's team, the UNO Mavericks.
Feed your brain with original programs from the Knowledge Network. TKN combines the resources of educational and television experts from UNO Television, Omaha Public Schools, Westside Community Schools, Metropolitan Community College, and Creighton University. TKN members produce a variety of programming with collaboration from students working in front of and behind the camera. The Knowledge Network. Feed your brain by watching Cox 17 and 18.
You're watching the Omaha News.
The cold weather has settled in for the long haul this winter, but there's one place that is warm enough for even the most picky residents. Katie Murphy reports from the Henry Dorley Zoo, showing us just how the zoo perseveres during this cold weather.
If you're visiting the zoo during the winter, you may not notice the details it takes to keep all of the animals safe and happy.
You know, caring for animals in the winter starts with facility design, and of course that's the way in all the buildings we build, we consider that to begin with, because we live in a temperate climate and because we have a winter here, so we have to anticipate that. So pretty much all the tropical animals are in a facility that's built for winter care.
Even without the crowds, visitors still enjoy and recommend coming to the zoo in the winter.
Of course, yeah. There's no one here, so you can go at your own pace and not worry about anybody. Yeah, you can go into the indoor activities. So
the Desert Dome is like plenty to last you. A good hour and
the
half.
monkeys.
Yeah, the orangutans were amazing.
The Henry Dorley Zoo takes great pride in how it treats all of its animals during these cold winter months, and it takes strides to also provide the guests who come to the zoo with the best experience possible.
We've designed the zoo so it's a good winter experience. So we have a group of buildings that are year-round. You can still have a very, very enjoyable experience and spend all day just in this group of buildings at the top of the hill.
Not all animals dislike the cold. In fact, some even enjoy this frosty weather.
One of our male tigers has determined that he's not going to cooperate, so he's spent several nights, but he refused to come in, and he stayed out all night and been quite comfortable.
For the Omaha News, I'm Katie Murphy.
If you'd like more information about the Henry Dorley Zoo, log on to omahazoo.com.
The winter weather this year has been very devastating, more so on cars. As Capri Walton reports, auto repairs are getting expensive and piling up.
Omaha's winter has really taken its toll on cars this year. Omaha driver Sean Miles gives us some insight on his vehicle expenses.
Yeah, I had to replace a whole hose assembly, and that was about $300. And then since I have original radiator hoses, that's another $200 that's eventually going to need to be replaced.
AMCO Transmissions, located on North 72nd Street, are also feeling the woes from the winter with backed up work.
We see probably 7 to 8 cars a day coming through here each and every day with this cold weather that we've been having. Each car's a little bit different. We are seeing quite a few cars coming through here that have been related to the storm and the cold weather and the snow, ice, that type of thing. And then there's also some other cars that have maybe had some weak issues that the elements kind of finished it off. This has been our busiest so far to date.
Omaha's winter weather will surely keep AMCO transmissions work steady and piled up. For the Omaha News, I'm Capri Walton.
Luckily, the winter is almost over, but don't waste time if you need your car repaired. Auto repair shops are very busy this time of year.
Winter's halfway through, but we're not out of the woods yet. Omaha News reporter Nick Bohan finds out how much damage the previous storms have done to the city equipment, and could we handle another storm if it were to arrive?
After 3 weeks of constant snowfall and average 60 hours of overtime per city worker, it's no wonder it would take its toll on the equipment. Omaha Public Works Street Maintenance Engineer Scott McIntyre says, due to the constant use of a number of the trucks, many are needing repairs.
Some of the equipment is taking a beating and is down with some problems that take a little while to repair. We've had a lot of trucks go down, and we know those bills are going to be there, and our expenses are going to be pretty high.
City worker Amos Thompson says, regardless of the number of working vehicles, they'll be ready to go.
We'll set all the trucks up, get them ready, and be ready to go, and hopefully the equipment holds up.
McIntyre says even after the toll on the equipment, there's still enough supplies to get the job done.
Our salt supplies are still adequate. We can always get sand in if we need to put some sand down. So, even though we don't like to see the costs involved with a major snow operation, if we need to go into a major snow operation, we're able to do that, and we'll do that.
With the winter season only being about halfway over, and the groundhog ensuring us at least 6 more weeks of winter, it's good to know that the city of Omaha is still prepared if another major snowstorm were to occur. So be safe out there and watch out for the big orange trucks. For the Omaha News, I'm Nick Bohan.
Now, as we know, those large trucks can be intimidating, but hopefully we won't have to see too much more of them this winter.
Things aren't looking any better for the snow removal budget. The National Weather Service says Omaha is in the path of yet another snowstorm. This one could dump 2 to 5 inches on the city Thursday night and Friday. The weather system actually moves in tonight. There's a chance of freezing drizzle or freezing rain overnight. Tomorrow's temperatures should be warm enough to turn the precipitation to rain during the day, but the snow will start as temperatures fall Thursday night.
Seems like the warm weather will never come, but spring is around the corner, and there might be new motorcycle laws that come with the warmer weather. We'll look at motorcycle helmet laws and the changes that may take place.
We will also be taking a closer look at the Emerging Artists show going on at the Artist Cooperative Gallery. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
Hi, I'm Meshach Taylor, actor and public television supporter, encouraging you to become a fan of UNO Television. Located on the University of Nebraska at Omaha campus, UNO Television is a unit of the College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media. Student crew members are trained and placed in broadcasting positions that give them real-world experience. Many students move seamlessly into jobs within the local television market. UNO Television, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
If you're an Omaha kid feeling tired and slow, here's the numbers you ought to know. Eat 5 fruits and veggies every day. Drink 4 glasses of water, okay? Eat 3 foods from the dairy scene, and just 2 hours in front of the screen. Now take 1 hour to move around, and that's the Healthy Kids Countdown.
For games, ideas, and other fun stuff about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Visit livewellOmahaKids.org. But don't stay long.
Only one program has remained dedicated to examining all the information on issues that really matter to Nebraskans. Watch Consider This, a program produced by UNO Television to give you more information than your typical newscast.
There may be changes to the Nebraska motorcycle helmet law. The repeal still needs to go through the first round vote of the Unicam. The changes to the law would require both operator and passenger to wear protective goggles on the highway. Other changes would exempt any operator or passenger the age of 21 or older from wearing a helmet on the highway. Anyone between the age of 15 to 21 may be exempt from wearing a helmet if they pass a motorcycle safety course. The operator of the motorcycle will also need to have "helmet not required" printed on his or her operator's license to be exempt from wearing a helmet.
The competition is down to 9, but only one takes the prize. Sound like the final weeks of American Idol? Think again. Sam Petto takes us to a unique Omaha art competition.
Tucked in a quiet corner of the old market, a spirited competition is underway. The Omaha Artists Cooperative Gallery is hosting an exhibit of 9 emerging heartland artists. The public votes on their favorite, and the winner gets 3 free months of gallery time. Event organizer Jean Mason says the showing adds something special to the gallery.
I see unbelievable energy. They're so excited, and they're terrified, and they're excited, and they're mixed, and all of those things. And it's I just see phenomenal amounts of talent.
The exhibit gives these emerging artists a chance to meet with established artists and interested customers. Emerging artist Julie Cregnes Thorson says the exhibit has already led to some connections.
Personally, it's a huge break.
And with so much creativity packed into one building, it's hard not to make connections. Some unusual.
One of my passions in life is zoology, so I study animals, and roadkill actually is the perfect way to study decomposition.
Some colorful.
I just have a passion for color and texture, and which I try to bring out in my paintings. I love blue, obviously.
And all interesting.
Now, the Artist Cooperative Gallery runs year-round, and voting for the Emerging Artists exhibit goes until the end of February, so stop on by and cast a vote. With the Omaha News, I'm Sam Petto.
To find out more about the Artist Cooperative Gallery and their Emerging Artist Program, you can visit their website or call them at 402-342-9617.
Finally, an Omaha man was arrested on Monday, February 1st, for allegedly trying to use counterfeit money. 50-year-old Corey Barron Sr. was arrested for forgery at the McDonald's down on 13th and Interstate 80. Police say he tried to pass on a phony $10 bill to pay for his meal, but a clerk got suspicious about the bill's appearance.
That wraps up this year's first broadcast of the Omaha News. Coming up next, we will talk about an Omaha native who played a significant part in the civil rights movement.
If you would like to stay up to date with the Omaha News, make sure you log on to omahanews.com or follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/the Omaha News. From all of us here at the Omaha News, have a good evening.
Represents the commitment that the community makes toward a quality education.
Why would you not want to come to an institution that's as vibrant and alive as this institution is?